Welcome, Taurus. Thank you for joining me for your September monthly forecast for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be absolutely delighted if you did so now. This month begins in absolute rocking fashion for you. You have 4 planets all lined up in the sign of Virgo, which is your sister Earth sign. The triplicity of Earth is very much about tangibility. But what this concert of energies is asking you to really focus on is expressing yourself, especially your individuality. If you're someone who's very dutiful, very mindful of what you need to do for others, this month is really encouraging you to break the mold and be a little bit more daring about what's good for you, the individual. And the reason for this is that the Sun, which is obviously at the very heart of all our very existences, is joined by Mars for the first 12 days. This combination, this conjunction, is going to give you huge motivation, drive, but most of all, enthusiasm. Mars is the ruler of Aries and the co-ruler of Scorpio. Now, Aries energy is very much about initiation. Scorpio energy is very much about really getting beneath the surface of situations. But in the sign of Virgo, it is the sign of virtue. So Mars being in this area is asking you to have the desire to be virtuous about your talents. So it's not a time to really think about things too much. It's a time to get stuck in, to initiate things. And it can be wonderful for your love life, your social situation. If you have kids, there can be a real upbeat and lively vibe flowing from them as well. Now, from the 10th through to the 24th, there's an awesome link going on first from the Sun and then from Mars to Pluto. Pluto's the planet of change, it's the planet of secrets, it's the planet of power, but it's in a very developing part of your situation for new ideas, for knowledge, for travel. And it's been given you since 2008 a desire to widen your existence in some way or another. But since December the 20th, 2017, Saturn has been in this area too. Saturn's more to do with our conditioning. So if you have got any kind of sense that you're not almost entitled to be a bit more daring, I think it will be reinforced for you since the last day of April right through to the middle of this month. But then Saturn goes forward. The retrograde comes to a close. And it means the Sun's angle to Pluto, followed by Mars's angle to Pluto, can give you awesome get up and go. So if there is something that has even been a bit challenging or been like an obstacle, or you've perhaps lacked a bit of confidence to really go for it or get outside your comfort zone, now you're being given awesome planetary and cosmic and celestial support to really get on the front foot. But there's something else, Taurus, because your ruling planet is Venus. And Venus and Mercury are going to be forging a unique alliance all through September. But initially, the first 2 weeks of this month, they're going to be collaborating in the sign of Virgo. Now, Venus in this area can see you feeling much more alluring, much more attractive, and also it can see you being a bit more flirty and having fun. Mercury being in this location and its alliance in week 2 with Venus can see you quick-witted, fun to be with. Your dry sense of humour and appreciation of the good things in life is certainly going to be augmented by all of this. You have to say, what's not to like? Well, there is a quarter moon which occurs on the 6th, suggesting that someone could dazzle you romantically in the following week, especially if you're single, and this person may have a mesmeric personality. But whether they're absolutely the right person for you, I would just be a little bit cautious. And equally, in an existing relationship, if someone is a bit resistant to this newfound confidence and energy and vibrancy that's flooding through you and your situation, a little bit of jealousy or possessiveness could come up, and you may have to assert your needs in the situation. This can all come to the boil at the heart of this month when there is a full moon. This full moon occurs in Pisces. So that for you is very much about your future plans. It's around your friendships, your group affiliations, how you network with others. And if there is somebody in your love life who's inhibiting your desire to be a freer spirit, that may be something that you're going to want to address. But equally, for all Taurus people, I feel that this full moon does create opportunities as well. But it may throw up some kind of choice, a kind of fork in the road. This is because it links in a sextile with Pluto. And Pluto is asking you to change. And change is something that Taurus people can be a little bit resistant to, because familiarity gives you a real sense of security. So maybe there is an opportunity that's going to come up, and maybe it is going to be at times a little bit of an edge to how you feel about the opportunity. But you know, if you really seize it, it's going to make you feel so alive, because the second half of this month is going to be much more practical for you. The journey of that begins on the 14th, when Mercury moves into the sign of Libra. This is an area which is seeing you thinking about some of the ideas you've been generating in the first 2 weeks of this month, and thinking about how you can formulate the details to make something firmer and more tangible shape up. Venus, your ruler, moves on the 15th to join up with Mercury, and they continue their collaboration, but now in a way which is just a bit more grounded and earthy. But that's going to be no problem for you, because that's something that you have a natural appreciation for. So it could see you thinking about a new job, particularly a job where you can be of service to other people. Whatever role you consider, your ability to grapple with the details will be really appreciated by your employer. Or if you're thinking of working for yourself, it may be that you actually want to do something with your hands that requires that fine detail, or it could be in an administrative or support role, something to do with technology that gives assistance to others. Then again, it could be to do with nursing, the care sector, food distribution, or food retail could also be an area that some Taurus people start to really do well around. If you're already in these sectors, you can really start to flourish. And part of the reason for that, Taurus, is that the personality power that you've been absolutely emanating in the first half of this month is going to have an impact on the people that you encounter, and that is going to raise your profile. The only thing that we all need to watch and guard against this month is any kind of exaggeration, because Jupiter, the planet of exaggeration, is going to be forging a right angle with Neptune, the planet of dreams, right down the spine of this month. So for you, Neptune's in an area around your friendships. For example, perhaps you and a friend might think about going together into a business. Now, if that's the case, it's going to be important that you have a very clear terms of reference about who does and contributes what. If you do, it can be really successful. But if it's a bit of a written on the back of a fag packet type of proposal, it's a bit loose, not very formal, then you could get caught up in being rather disappointed. Now, the autumn equinox is going to occur on the 23rd, and the Sun moves into this area. This augments the role of Venus and Mercury already in the sign of Virgo. And for you, because you have the triplicity of Earth, this is not something that's going to be different for you, because the sixth house for you, as the Sun, moves into Libra, as the Sun moves into Libra, joining up with Venus and Mercury, this is your sixth house, which is a kind of Virgoan influence. So your ability to grapple with those details and take the ideas that you've been developing and mould them into something exciting can see you really prosper. So job applications or anything to do with improving your health, fitness or dietary regimes are all going to be supported by the new moon, which occurs on the 28th. Also, Mercury and Venus are forging actually a brilliant angle to Jupiter. So if you're wanting to improve your lot financially, there is a very good chance of that in about the last 5 days of September. This is a month when also, with Saturn starting to go forwards from the middle of the month, that if you have been feeling any kind of inhibition around expanding your horizons, that is going to start to ease off a little bit. If you have been hoping to go on a holiday or travel to meet friends or learn a new language or apply for some kind of educational institution, if there has been delays or blockages, some good news could fall for you. So there is an enormous opportunity for you to express what makes you a very special and uniquely valuable member of the Zodiac, because your patience and forbearance and reliability and often loyalty to the cause sometimes can just dilute your passion. But certainly the first 2 weeks of this month, first 3 weeks really, give you a fantastic opportunity to demonstrate to people that you can be more daring, you can be bold, you're going to be amazing company to be around, and if you are single, that could attract someone to you who's really going to have a major impact on you, or it could see you making some very dramatic decisions about how you use your creative talents in a much more profound way. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Taurus. If you could please click on the link beneath this video. You can check out my personal horoscope store, where there is a 30% offer on your character analysis and 12-month forecast, or you can arrange an appointment to speak to me personally. But for now, good luck and goodbye.